Hello everyone and welcome to another game of Squirrels Baseball. I am Aaron and we've got one last game with the Reds before we go into the All-Star break. And with some time coming up, let's get the subs in. Let's see, go there, there. There we go, something like that. Alright, in case you're curious, we are up, well, you probably saw from the title, I guess. We are up to game number 95. And I feel like it's also rare when or if it's ever happened, that our All-Star break falls so closely to the real All-Star break. Our game will be on Wednesday, the real one is on Tuesday. You see the defensive lineup we came up with. Jonathan on the mound today. And Norris Hopper at the plate to get this game started. First pitch is called a strike. Another called strike. Swing and a miss, strike three. That'll bring Shao to the plate. First pitch, called a strike. Another called strike. Gray owns this one to short. Joey will throw it over. 2 away. That will bring Derek Lee to the plate. First pitch inside, second pitch right down the middle. Jonathan gets a glove on that one. Phil ends up cleaning it up and gets it to first in time. 1-2-3 inning to start the game for the Reds. They look to have their regular lineup in. Bronson Arroyo on the mound. Phil leads off and he comes up empty on his first swing. Misses again. Swing and a miss, strike three. One down. Sweeney at the plate. Takes a curveball in the dirt. That's going to be a base hit into shallow right center. 1 on, 1 out. Quinton at the plate. He will bat left-handed. First pitch called a strike. Hit to shortstop. Only play is to first, and that is, I guess, successful. Runner on second. Terry at the plate with 2 outs. Looks at strike one. That curveball misses inside. Misses inside again. 2-1. There's a called strike. 2-2. Down and in. Full count, 2 outs, but nobody on first, so. Swing and a miss, strike three. So Squirrels with a hit, but no runs. So scoreless going into the second inning, and Adam Dunn will lead things off for Cincinnati. First pitch, swung on and missed. Hits this one into right field. I don't think anybody's going to get that, and they do not. Leadoff single for Adam Dunn. That'll bring Edwin Encarnacion to the plate. First pitch, called a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 on, 1 out. Brandon Phillips at the plate. That slider is too high. Called strike, 1-1. That'll get through the right side of the infield. Adam Dunn stays at second. So runners on first and second for David Ross, who looks at strike 1. That pitch too high. Called strike, 1-2. Misses up and out, 2-2. Oh, that looks dangerous. It's going to fall into center field. Adam Dunn crosses the plate for the first run of the game. Cincinnati takes the 1-0 lead. Only 1 out, runners still on first and second. Thomas Perez looks at strike 1. Looks at strike 2. This one misses inside. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Arroyo now at the plate. Hits a soft grounder to first. Terry steps on the bag. Ends the top of the second, but the Reds do take the 1-0 lead, which you'll remember is all they needed yesterday. Frank is going to lead things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch to Frank is swung on and missed. Called strike, 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Miyake at the plate now. First pitch called a strike. Another called strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Martinez at the plate. I think, did I see, yeah, his average has dipped below 200, sitting at 195 at the moment. Obviously limited at bats, and he comes through with a base hit here. Though the point I was going to say is he did not make it to the majors on the strength of his bat. Joey at the plate. Watches that curveball go well outside. A little surprised that wasn't a wild pitch. Joey's going to pop right by the on-deck circle, and that will end the inning. Reds still lead 1-0, and they are back to the top of their order to start the third inning. Hopper struck out in his first at-bat, 1 of 3 for Jonathan the first time through the lineup. First pitch called a strike. This one misses inside. Could have been low as well. Ground ball to third. It does stay fair. Sweeney, standing right on top of third, makes the throw over and does get it there in time. I like to think Chief would have made that play as well, but I'm not near sure about it as I would like to be. Xiao is going to take his turn now, and he looks at strike 1. Line drive towards second. Phil makes the grab. That'll bring Derek Lee to the plate. Ground out to first, I think, if I remember right. First pitch goes too low. Here's a called strike on the outside corner. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the top of the third. Squirrels trailing 1-0, and Jonathan will lead things off in the bottom half of the inning. First pitch to Jonathan is called a strike. And that curveball just misses inside. Phillips fields that one on a short hop and gets it to first for the first out of the inning. That'll bring Phil to the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat, 1 of 4 for Arroyo the first time through the Squirrels order. It's going to be a ground ball back to Arroyo. 2 away. Sweeney got a base hit in his first at-bat. Was able to get to second, but no farther. First pitch well out of the zone. Second pitch, a pretty good curveball for strike 1. Another curveball, this one down in the dirt. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Fouled away. Called strike 3, and that will end the third inning. Reds still leading 1-0, and Adam Dunn will lead things off for the Reds. The last time that happened, they did score in the second inning. Dunn with a single in his first at-bat, and as mentioned, came around to score. First pitch called a strike. Second pitch called a strike. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Edwin Encarnacion struck out in his first at-bat. Looks at strike 1 here. This is going to go into left field. 1 on, 1 out. Brandon Phillips, who got a hit, and I'm trying to remember. No, I don't think he's the one that got the RBI. I think it was the next batter. Into center field. This one will be caught. Dunn goes back to Encarnacion, rather, and he apparently hurt himself sliding back into first, which he really didn't need to do. Although, thankfully for the Reds, he's decided he can stay in. David Ross, yeah, I think he got the RBI. I could be wrong about that, but I think it was David Ross got the RBI back in the second inning as he looks at strike 1 here. That's going to be another base hit into shallow left. Puts runners on first and second for Thomas Perez. Perez, I believe, struck out. He looks at strike 1. Swings and misses, 0-2. Does not chase that curveball. 1-2. Swings at this one and comes up empty, and that will end the top of the fourth. Still 1-0 Reds as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Quinton will lead things off for the Squirrels. Quinton ground out in his first at-bat. First pitch called a strike. Swing and a miss. 0-2. This misses. Down and in. Quinton lays off. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll bring Terry to the plate. 1 on, nobody out. Or, sorry, I did that backwards. Nobody on, 1 out. 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-2. Looks at strike 3. 2 away. Frank at the plate. He struck out in his first at-bat. First pitch misses low, I'm assuming. Could have been inside. In any case, it was a ball, as is that curveball. 2-0. Swing and a miss. Was a hittable pitch, but Frank just did not hit it. This one too low. 3-1 the count. This one called a strike. Full count, 2 outs, nobody on base. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Arroyo out of the inning, 1-2-3. We'll move on to the fifth. Reds still leading 1-0, and Arroyo will lead things off for Cincinnati. First pitch to Arroyo is outside. This one too high. 2-0 on the opposing pitcher. Pops it up, and it looks like Jonathan's actually going to field it himself near the where Phil was standing. That'll bring Hopper to the plate. He looks at strike one. Misses down and in. Comes back with a slider that swung on and missed. 1-2. Grounds this one to Sweeney. Throws it to first. 2 down. Shao at the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. And that pitch goes too high. There's a called strike right on the outside corner, I guess. Popped up right in front of the plate. Martinez makes the grab, and that will bring us to the bottom of the 5th. Reds still ahead, 1-0. Miyake will lead things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the inning. Miyake struck out in his first at-bat. Was that curveball well inside? A little surprised Miyake didn't flinch at it. Swings and misses at that cutter. And that changeup up around Miyake's head. Another swing and a miss. 2-2. Miyake hits this one and it goes right over first base. He is going to stay at first to settle for a leadoff single. Martinez already with a base hit today. Watches that fastball go outside. Oh, and we got a pickoff. Miyake thrown out at second. Well, one down base is empty now, as Martinez swings and misses. Called strike up in the zone. 1-2. And this one right to Derek Lee, who's able to catch it on the fly. Joey fouled out in his first at-bat. Nobody on base, 2 outs. First pitch, called a strike. That's going to be a base hit by Joey into center field. So a 2-out single, but now we've got Jonathan at the plate. He ground out in his first at-bat. Grounds to second for a last out of the inning. We go into the 6th. The Reds still up 1-0, and they'll start off with Derek Lee. Lee 0 for 2. He looks at strike one. Hits a ground ball to third. Sweeney throws it over. 1 away. Adam Dunn. Is he 2 for 2? I forget what he did in his last at-bat now. He might be 1 for 2. I think he got a... I don't know. I can't remember now. Maybe it'll tell us the next time he comes up. Anyway, he's got a 2-2 count in this at-bat. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down, Encarnacion, he's 1 for 2. I do remember his hit. And this is fairly similar into left field again. 2-out single, that will bring Brandon Phillips to the plate. He's 1 for 2 today. First pitch misses inside. And that's going to be a base hit into left. Reds looking for some insurance, though they do have 2 outs. David Ross at the plate. Okay, yeah, the game did just inform me that, yes, David Ross does have the only RBI so far. I thought that was the case. Has a 2-1 count at the moment. This one out of the zone. 3-1. And we get a ground ball to Joey, who goes to first, and that will end the 6th inning. Well, the top half. Anyway, Reds lead 1-0. Phil will lead things off for the Squirrels in the bottom half of the inning. Apologies if you can hear my dog barking in the background. She's been barking all day, and I have no idea what. First pitch to Phil goes outside. Swing and a miss makes it 1-1. That one down and out. 2-1. This goes towards the middle, but doesn't have any sort of speed on it, so a pretty easy play for Perez. Excuse me. Sweeney, 1 for 2, strikeout and a single. Looks at strike 1. Swing and a miss makes it 0-2. This one down and in, 1-2. Goes towards center field, but Perez is able to grab it before it can find the outfield grass. That will bring Quinton to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch down and in. Misses inside again. Swing and a miss on the curveball. 2-1. Hits this one, but right to Derek Lee, who steps on first. We'll go into the 7th inning. Reds still leading 1-0. Thomas Perez to lead things off. We will go ahead and switch pitchers. Let Gonzalez have a go at it. Alright, Perez has struck out in both at-bats today. Swings at the first pitch here. And does not swing at that one, nor should he have. 1-1. Another swing and a miss. This one just misses inside. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Arroyo is going to get to hit for himself here. He's 0 for 2. But to be clear, he is throwing a shutout, just as whoever pitched yesterday, I've gone blank. They shut us out yesterday too. Oh, Daisuke did that. Arroyo pops out to second. Hopper is 0 for 3 today. He looks at strike 1. That ball too low. Misses inside. 2-1. This will go towards the middle, and Phil makes a pretty good pickup, gets it back to first. Not the greatest throw, but good enough. That brings us to the 7th inning stretch. Reds lead 1-0. Terry will bat on the other side. Alright, Terry at the plate. Arroyo still on the mound. First pitch goes inside. That one goes outside. 2-0. Catches the outside corner. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again, strike 3. One away. Frank has struck out in both at-bats so far. First pitch goes inside. This one goes into left center. That'll be his first hit of the day. 1 on, 1 out. Miyake got a hit in his last at-bat. Swings at the first pitch, but comes up empty. Swings at that pitch and comes up empty. Hits this one into center field. I think Shaw will have this one, and he does. Frank goes back to first. Two down, runner on first. Martinez, already 1 for 2. Does have a hit today, or, well, obviously he has a hit today. It just said he's 1 for 2. Has a 1-1 count at the moment. Swing and a miss. 1-2 at the plate now. Grounds this one to first, but it does get foul. That one, I don't think did what Arroyo wanted it to. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the 7th inning. We go into the 8th, still 1-0 Reds. Shao will lead things off for Cincinnati in the top of the inning. Shao 0 for 3 today. Gonzalez starts off with a splitter that misses, and then gets a fastball right by Shao. Misses with a changeup. Well, Shao misses, should say. Then a ground ball that is called foul. It was right at the plate. Couldn't tell which way that was going to go. Splitter in the dirt. 2-2. Ground ball to second. Phil throws to first. 1 down. Derek Lee also 0 for 3 today. First pitch misses inside. This one goes into center field for his first hit of the day. 1 on, 1 out. Adam Dunn was only 1 for 3. He struck out in both of his last 2 at-bats. Looks at strike 1 here. Swings and misses to make it 0-2. And a ground ball to second. Phil to Joey. Back to first. Not in time. I think the infield was playing deep and just took Joey too long to get to second. Encarnacion, I believe, has 2 hits today. Has a 2-0 count. Runner on first, 2 outs. That's going to be into left, and it is going to stay fair. Another hit for Encarnacion. And Derek Lee, actually Adam Dunn, moves on to third, and that turns into a double. I thought that was only going to be a single off the bat, but I think he would have made it to second anyway. All right, we're getting a pinch runner. Pickles is going to come in for Encarnacion. 2 runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Brandon Phillips looks at strike 1, looks at strike 2. Swing and a miss. Gonzalez gets out of the inning after playing with some major fire. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Reds still leading 1-0. Squirrels are going to send Joey to the plate. It's like Pickles is going to go to shortstop, and Perez will slide over to third. First pitch, Joey pops up. Arroyo's going to wait for it and finally make the grab. Pitcher spot up. We will send Tom out there, see what he can do. First pitch is called a strike. Pretty good curveball there. This one I don't think would have been a strike, but Tom gets a bat on it. Pickles is able to make the play. 2 down, Phil at the plate. He is 0 for today. He gets a line drive towards first. Lee knocks it down, and that's enough for Arroyo to pick it up and get it to first in time. Looked like a hit, but the Reds, strong defense, get us into the 9th inning. They're still leading 1-0. We will... it's all-star break. Let's... Zap's not well rested, but we only need an inning out of him. All right, David Ross at the plate. He's 2 for 3. There's a called strike. That one too low. 1-1. Swing and a miss makes it 1-2. Pops this one up. Zapp will field it himself right by the mound. 1 down. Thomas Perez has struck out in all 3 at-bats so far. This one misses up and in. Right down the middle, Perez lets it go by. Another very hittable pitch, 1-2. This one out of the zone. Perez still not swinging. 2-2. Looks at strike 3. I think the umpire had just had enough of him looking at pitches. Arroyo is going to hit again. He was getting tired at the end of last inning. He actually comes up with a base hit here, which actually might not be what the Reds wanted if they're wanting to get him through the 9th inning. Don't want him to tire out anymore. Hopper hits I guess it's actually a line drive. I thought it was a big hop, but I guess not. That'll end the top of the 9th. Sweeney is going to lead off for the Squirrels. They need at least 1 to stay alive. Arroyo is going to go for the complete game. So Daisuke just did this to us yesterday with a complete game shutout. We'll see if Arroyo can get there. First pitch to Sweeney, called a strike, as is the second one. Called strike 3. Sweeney looks at all 3 pitches. Quinton 0 for 3 today. That changeup misses. Misses again. 2-0. It's a called strike. Quinton taking all the way. Swings at this one, but comes up empty. 2-2. It looks like Arroyo is going to run out of gas. This one misses inside. Full count. Quinton swings and misses. The Reds are going to go to their bullpen with 2 outs. Is that Jeff? Yeah. Jeff Karstens will take over to try to get the last out. Terry at the plate has not gotten a hit today. She actually struck out all 3 times. I hadn't realized that. First pitch, called a strike. Ground ball to short. Pickles picks it up, throws it over, and it's not in time. That's an infield hit for Terry. That means Frank is the winning run. He got a hit in his last at-bat. First pitch goes outside. Swing and a miss. Makes it 1-1. Too low. 2-1. Popped up. Will it land in? I think that's going to be a hit as well. Reds are going to regret taking Arroyo out. Runners on the corners. Miyake at the plate. This has all been with 2 outs. First pitch. That's into the gap. That's the tying run in. Here comes the winning run. Frank, the Squirrels pull this one out of nowhere. Your final score today, Cincinnati Reds 1, Indianapolis Squirrels 2. A walk-off double from Miyake scores both runs. Really pulled that one out of the fire. And, you know, I know Arroyo was gassed, but if it was me, and I think I've got enough evidence to back this up, I would have let him try to get that last out. And looks like that might have been the better call today. And here in the 9th, this was the hit that scored both Squirrels runs with 2 outs in the 9th, and both runners on base with 2 outs in the 9th. The Reds really let that one get away. And Miyake, predictably, your player of the game. So thank you everybody for watching. If you'd like to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, feel very free. Otherwise, we are off for a few days. All-Star game on Wednesday. We will see you then.